Okay, so hello everyone. Like we have promised, we are coming up with small series of maps across the world. So today we'll be covering the map of Australia, and in Australia we'll be focusing upon major cities, major water bodies, the physical locations of Australia, and few more points. Like so, in this map, you can see that the major provinces of Australia are Western Australia, Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. And now you need to focus upon the important cities of Australia. So, first city I would like you to notice is Brisbane. The second one is Sydney. Third one is the Canberra. Canberra is the actual capital of Australia. It's not Sydney, it's Canberra. Then come to Melbourne. Right, these cities are very famous when the cricket matches get conducted in these cities. Adelaide, then come to Perth, and then to Darwin, and one more city is Hobart. So there's one very famous mnemonic is BSC M A P and H for Hobart and D for Darwin. So BSc, MA, PhD. With the help of this, you can remember the important cities, right? So yes. Now in this map, we'll study the important rivers across Australia. So there are many rivers shown over here, but we need to focus upon very few. So the first one I would like you to pay attention is the Darling River. This one is the river, and the second one is the Murray River. This one is the Murray River, right? It starts from the snowy mountains and go on to meet the Darling River, and it then meets the Pacific Ocean, or the southern part of Indian Ocean, you can say. So this region is known as the Murray-Darling Basin. It's a very famous region of Murray-Darling Basin, which is very fertile, and it is used for agriculture as well. So basically, if you see in Australia, people are usually living towards this part of Australia, and very major part of Australia is lying vacant because it is full of deserts and all. It is not under the livable condition, and you can also focus that there are not many rivers over here. All the rivers are centered around the eastern part of Australia, right? So yes, in this map, we'll first notice the water bodies across Australia. So I'll start from the south. This is the Southern Ocean. This is the Great Australian Bight, right? So the curve like this, sometimes we call it as a bay when it is very narrower, and this time we are calling it a bight because it is broader in nature. For example, a map like this will be known as the Gulf, like the Gulf of Mexico. But a map like this, which is very broad in opening, we can call it as a bight. The second one is the Indian Ocean, we all know very famously. Other one is the Timor Sea, Arafura Sea, Gulf of Carpentaria, South Pacific Ocean, Bass Strait. We have also covered this strait while giving the lecture on straits particularly, and this is the Tasman Sea, right? So the Tasman Sea, Bass Strait actually divides the mainland of Australia to the Tasmania region. Right now, I am coming to the physical pointings of Australia. The first one is the Great Dividing Range. It's very famous, and last year also a question in mains came to describe multiple mountain ranges across the world. Then you should be including Great Dividing Range from Australia itself. The Great Dividing Range is here as well as here, right? So in this Great Dividing Range, the highest mountain peak of Australia is also located, which is known as Mount Kosciuszko. It is 228 meter in height, right? So the Great Dividing Range also act as a very important watershed for Australia, and this is the Great Artesian Basin because waterfall landing in Great Dividing Range is coming towards the multiple artesian wells that are available in this region. That's why you can see the green patch of Australia towards the east, right? So this is the fertile area of Australia, and that's why it is not easy to guess that the major Australian population lives here. And this is the very big desert portion of Australia, which is not in the livable condition as of now. So yes, these 2 points are there: Great Dividing Range, Mount Kosciuszko. I would like you to pay attention to Flinders Ranges, Nullarbor Plains, Hammersley Range, McDonnell Range, and also the Uluru, Ayers Rock. So Ayers Rock is a very famous tourist destination where you will find a single mountain, and across the region you will find only plain, but a single mountain is standing over there. So geography people can fairly relate their content with the Ayers Rock. Next one is the Kimberley Plateau, Arnhem Land, and Cape York Peninsula. So yes, these are the physical features that I would like you to pay attention to. And there are some of the important deserts over here. So this is the Gibson Desert, Great Sandy Desert, and Simpson Desert, and the Great Victoria Desert. So these are some of the points that you need to pay attention to. And you can also feel at this point of time that there are multiple points in Australia, and you may not feel them to be relevant enough for your content, but I would prefer you to read them out, because when the question in prelims comes to rearrange some of the physical features across the world from north to south or from east to west, then these things, these trivial facts will come handy to handle those kind of questions in a very easy manner, right? So keeping that perspective in mind, I am teaching you like this. So yes, please pay attention, and it's always good to know something extra than others, right? So yeah, this is Australia, and these are the important points that you need to focus upon. Now, one more thing I would like you to do is make a pointer in bullet points of all the locations that I have discussed in this video. It will help you in revising those content again and again, because again, towards the end, it will be impossible for you to go back to Atlas and open the page of Australia to revise each and everything. So it will be very good to have bullet pointers with you to revise those things time and again, right? Okay, thank you. We'll make some other video of different continent, so please stay tuned.